Heyo and welcome guys to my channel again. I know a lot of you guys have been really digging the new Back 4 Blood content and I couldn't be happier. I'm here to bring you some more with a tip video to get you guys started when you check out the open beta or even launch, because a lot of this stuff will probably stay the same at launch, but it could be subject to change, so keep that in mind. What would also make me much happier though is if you guys would hit that sub button. Only around 98% of you are subbed and we're almost at 300, so hit that sub button and help me race to 500. My first tips and advice for this video, I suppose, should be something to make things clear when you first get started into the game. If you're new or maybe just not as explorative as other players, when you first jump in, you'll be in the hub or Fort Hope. The first thing you should do here, besides adjusting any settings, is visit the firing range. How are you going to kill zombies if you don't understand the mechanics? So go visit the firing range and try out some guns. This will give you a general understanding of damage for certain guns and help you nail down what weapons you really are comfortable with. If anything, do this so that you're not trying to figure out a gun on the fly. When you find it in the level, you think it looks cool and pick it up. Second thing to do in Fort Hope is go check out the card system. It's good to get a good understanding of the starting decks that the game gives you, so you understand what you have a chance of getting and how you should or could play right off the rip. It's also good to just play with deck editor just to get an understanding of how to edit decks later on. Third item here would be go to the supply lines. Supply lines are the way so far to unlock more cards and cosmetics. Think of it like a battle pass where you get supply points for completing rounds of PvE, the campaign, and PvP, the swarm mode, and then you could come and spend those supply points here. Keep in mind these values and prizes could be changed around for a release. Probably still gonna be there though, so keep that in mind. Fourth thing to do here is explore. As of right now, this will mainly just give you a feel for the ambiance and the lore of the game and the mechanics and a pile of copper in the starting area. But you never know when they could add more. As of right now though, I'm not sure what the extra copper here does. Maybe it'll add to your starting amount for PvE later or something. I don't know. It's still a fun detail though. Alright, now that we're past the very beginning tips, let's move on to some extra stuff that will help you guys out there in your battles against the Ridden. So the fifth point in this video is going to be copper. What is copper used for in this game? Well, when you start each round of the campaign of Back 4 Blood, you have a shop that you can access to upgrade your weapons, purchase team upgrades, and equipment. The more copper you have, the more you can purchase at the beginning of each round, and the more purchasable cards you come upon in the level, you can invest in as well. So my advice to you is literally be on the lookout for this everywhere. If you're not trying to speed run each round and you're taking your time, then look everywhere. Copper can be hidden in so many spots, some of which I'm going to hit in my next tip. My sixth tip, coming off of the previous point, is that you need to constantly be on the lookout. I don't know how many times I've come upon a card to purchase inside a tent randomly or inside of a car. If you can see through a car's windows and they aren't just completely grayed out, then you can break that window. If you can break that window, there's probably copper at the least in it, but sometimes other things. I found copper in bushes that I just happened to look at and it highlighted through some grass or on top of cliffs or this or that. Also, there are some Easter eggs laying around if you just keep a good eye out too. My seventh point is aiming. Aim for the head. It should be common sense in a zombie game, but believe it or not, I've seen many people spraying and praying at bodies. You'll use less ammo if you just aim for the head and those critical spots on special infected. Not sure what I mean? Well, on every single special zombie, there's a bright pink or red glowing pustule that you can shoot, which will do even more damage or possibly one-shot the zombie depending on the type and the weapon. The eighth point I want to make in this video is that if you truly want to optimize your runs and your playstyle, use the cards. I don't know how many streamers I watched that audibly said, I'll just play without messing with the cards, I can't do that much. This, kids, is incorrect. The cards make the game. This is the one key factor that really sets this game apart from the Left 4 Dead games, and this is what can make or break runs on harder difficulties. My ninth point is that you can trade in this game. Use it. You can actually open your inventory and drop money and ammo for people, so if you're using a sniper and a melee weapon and your friend is using an AR and an SMG, then drop them the ammo you're not using when they're running low. Or if you have a surplus of copper, then drop someone else what they need if they want to purchase a team upgrade or need to complete their loadout. It should go without saying, but it will help if people use different weapons for this reason. The 10th piece of advice here is that you shouldn't waste your meds if you don't need to. Sprinkled throughout the maps there are wall-hung med kits. They have 4 charges, heal you a large amount, and are free to use. Obviously, if the whole team is hurt, then let everyone have a go once. But if it's only you and you're really hurt, then top off. Save the med kit for a clutch moment. After those 10 tips, I'm going to rattle off some quick tips as well, so let's go. When you buy something from a shop, the old weapon mod or item will fall, so tell your teammates that it's there. If need to use it, then they can. Ping. There's a ping in this game, and it will call out whatever you ping, like an item or a gun. Very useful, especially in the heat of the moment when you can't communicate normally. Play to fit your style. A good team should be using different weapons and equipments efficiently. An example would be a sniper, melee fighter, healer/support, and a DPS. Someone always needs a toolkit, by the way, at least one. Check settings. You can change your crosshair color and shape, so if you're having a hard time using the one that you have, change it. There are things that will alert the horde. The game tells you this, and sometimes you get extra copper if you avoid these things, so do that. Birds, car alarms, and some doors have alarms. These will bring a horde that will make it harder and potentially lose you money. Sounds. All special infected have sounds. Listen for them, or have subtitles on and learn them. Listen to the player dialogue. They'll call things out on their own as well, or turn on subtitles. My last tip and biggest advice, do not split off alone. I saw people doing it. Yeah, you, the Left 4 Dead troglodyte who tries to speedrun the level in solo queue. If you're alone, you won't have help when you get preyed upon by special infected and pinned down somewhere. You'll probably die or get really close. If you must split, do it in teams of 2 at least. Teamwork. It's a team-based game. Play it like one. And that will be it for this tips and trick video from me. If you have any more tips I didn't hit on here in this video, then tell me down below. Or if you have something that maybe I should focus a whole video on, tell me that as well. Ultimately, I want everyone to play this game the most optimal way. Hit the like button if I gave you some information you didn't know, or if you enjoyed the video. And remember to subscribe, guys, and help me get to 500. We're so close to 300 right now. See you guys in the next video, and thank you for watching.